Joseph Janovec, had been gravely injured after falling from the back of a truck and striking his head on a log. When David Webster received the news, he was told only that his closest friend in Easy Company had been badly hurt and taken by Sergeant Marsh to the regimental aid station in Zell am See, Austria. Even though the war in Europe had officially ended, Easy Company continued to endure tragedy. The dangers of combat had passed, but death still lingered in the form of accidents and senseless mishaps. Only a short time earlier, Sergeant Chuck Grant had been shot in cold blood by Floyd W. Craver, a replacement paratrooper from another regiment. Although Grant was still alive, no one knew whether he would recover. Now Webster was faced with the possibility of losing another friend. Determined to see Janovec, Webster set out for the hospital, hitchhiking into town. Eventually, a passing army truck stopped and gave him a ride. The regimental aid station had been established in a large estate on the main road in the northern part of Zell am See. Upon arriving, Webster asked for his friend and was directed to Major Kent, the chief medical officer. Webster explained that he was looking for Joseph Janovec, who had been injured in an accident. Major Kent recognized the name immediately, his somber expression revealing the truth before he spoke. Quietly, he asked Webster if he was a close friend, then led him to a room where Janovec lay motionless beneath a sheet. As Webster looked at the covered figure, the reality became impossible to deny. His friend was dead. Fighting back tears, Webster stood in silence as Major Kent gently closed the door. Webster admitted that he had not been told Janovec had died. He had only been informed that the injuries were severe. The major explained that Janovec had suffered a fractured skull and had died before reaching the aid station. Major Kent then retrieved a brown envelope containing Janovec's personal belongings and handed it to Webster. Inside were the small but deeply meaningful items that represented his service and sacrifice: a parachute silk scarf, his Purple Heart, jump wings, occupation ribbon, European Theater of Operations ribbon, combat infantryman badge, and his wallet. Webster promised to mail the effects to Janovec's family. Before leaving, he took one final look at his friend, lingering for a moment in the irrational hope that John might open his eyes or say something. But there was only silence. Janovec's death felt especially tragic because it came after the fighting had ended. He had survived Operation Market Garden, endured the brutal winter at Bastogne, and made it through the final push into Germany, only to lose his life in an accident during the occupation. His death was another stark reminder that the end of war did not guarantee safety. According to Sergeant Marsh, he had been driving Janovec back from guard duty in a German truck during the night. Janovec was leaning against the door when the vehicle struck a log lying in the road. The jolt caused him to lose his balance and fall from the truck, striking his head. Whether he hit the pavement or another object remains unknown, but the resulting skull fracture proved fatal. This account differs significantly from the dramatized version shown in Band of Brothers. In the series, Janovec is portrayed riding in a jeep that swerves to avoid a barrel that falls from an American truck, and several senior officers are shown at the hospital when Webster arrives. Historical evidence indicates that none of those details are accurate. The accident occurred at night, involved a German truck, and Webster appears to have gone to the hospital alone. Although Janovec receives relatively little attention in the series, he had been a member of Easy Company for some time. He parachuted into the Netherlands during Operation Market Garden, and later fought through the siege of Bastogne. Many viewers remember him from a brief scene in which he is discovered with a German woman, while Captain Ronald Spears walks by without comment. Whether that incident actually occurred is unknown, but it remains one of the few moments in which he is distinctly featured. In the episode points, Webster remarks that Janovec had accumulated 75 points and was only 10 short of the 85 needed to qualify for discharge and return home. While this detail adds to the tragedy, it has not been confirmed in either Webster's memoir, Parachute Infantry, or Stephen Ambrose's Band of Brothers. Joseph Janovec was only 19 years old when he died. He had survived some of the fiercest battles fought by American paratroopers in the Second World War, only to be killed after peace had been declared. He is buried at Woodlawn Cemetery in Cook County, Illinois, not far from the place where he was born and raised. His story serves as a poignant reminder that even after the guns fell silent, the war continued to claim young lives.